For some reason, after hearing supervisor's word, you even had the illusion that you are an ugly woman yourself. He is a president of multinational companies and married man who has a beautiful wife in the Itaewon villa. Didn't you work there previous? It's totally zero chance for you to have with him. So hurry up and follow me. You know it. Thank you for compliments. You followed him. Perhaps you have impressed Master dealing with Miss Thayil as you have strong personality, so he might like to spend his night. You have to be obedient if you don't want to be fired and serve him well so that your family will be happy. You got that? Yes, director name. You lowered your head. You were nervous and getting mad at the same time. How he asked his servant to come over at night. Supervisor took you to large room. Go in. Supervisor let you in and you looked around. This place was large and luxurious. It's somehow relaxed or maybe massage room. Vapor was rising from the surface of the water that big man was laying. Hair was wet and sticking, but he pushed it back, showing his forehead. He have haircut and somehow long hair. His side profile is eye-catching. Sir, the maid you asked to spend over his hair, the supervisor informed. Jungkook's eyes were closed and he responds, okay, you can go out. Yes, sir. Supervisor sat and turned to give you instructions with his sharp eyes before he left. He even closed the door, and this place atmosphere died. You lowered your head for a moment, no one talked. He got up from the water and went to relax on the deck chair and motioned you. Why are you standing there? Come here. His deep voice broke the silence and you walked somehow shivering and stood just beside him. Give me massage. He didn't open his eyes. Can you? It's suffocating to look this man, beautiful and have this bad boy aura in him. So sharp profile and anyone gonna say he was truly art. His facial features were flawless and it seems that he owned all the good things. Good height, good body size and shape, handsomely created by God, have good aura. You were shamelessly thinking about your husband's existence. When he didn't hear any response, he opened his eyes and glanced up. I am asking you. You came back to your senses and bowed your head. He stared at you, making you nervous all of a sudden. You immediately walked to his back and started to rub his strong shoulders and then stopped after a while. He frowned and turned sideways. Do you know what massage is? You can't stop until I tell you. Oh, okay. You nodded and started to press his shoulder to bicep. You sniffed angrily but lowly. Jungkook leaned back and looked up at your face. He can see your eyes avoiding his. Are you the maid from Itaewon Villa? Yes. Your voice was really hoarse. You time to time coughed smooth. There is 2 to 3 maids there. Why I can't remember that there is maid with such attitude and wear mask and have such a strange voice. That master, I hurt my face and weather is slowly changing. That's why I have catch in a cold. You could only make it up. No matter what you won't be admitting anyhow. Soon that you are not a maid from Itaewon Villa but wife. Jungkook's lips curled up and he had a teasing smile. When he heard you called him master, then how's the madam doing there? Good. She's okay. You stammered. Mr. Banks said that she went out. Where can she went? He continued to make things difficult for you, looking up at questioning. I don't know. I asked you to keep an eye on her, didn't I? You pressed harder that almost pierced your nails on his skin. Jungkook frowned. Do you even know how to massage? I'm sorry. Go on. He closed his eyes. He was not satisfied with your massage. You make a fist and started to hammer on his shoulders. His muscles relaxed. Sit on me, he demanded. You are stunned. Haven't you seen how to do massage before a head? Your punches are too weak. Sit on me. He swallowed and heart started to beat faster. Did he often call servant to give him massage in this way? So lecherous. Come up, do you hear me? When he looked at you, it seems he could give off an invisible and terrifying pressure that made people unable to refuse. Okay. You climbed onto the single person deck chair, kneeling down, and sat on his waist with complicated moves. You started to punch again like a real massager. That's good, keep going. He closed his eyes. Such a position made you embarrassed. Your madam often asks me about the person in my heart. You froze and stopped your action. I too have a person in my heart. Your hands clenched hard. Sure enough, he has. It made sense. He is 26 years old, and it would be impossible for him to not fall in for women at this age. You shrugged it in your heart and continued with slow motion. What happened in the past made me hate my father and his cruelty. I was raised up in that family. I had encountered something worse in my early age. You glanced at his face time to time, moving your hands slowly. After I survived from those gangsters, little girl's mother thought I was homeless and took me to their home. She is my savior. The little girl, around 5 years at the time, was his savior. If it were not for her kindness, he would have been tortured to death by a gangster. Then, where is she now? You couldn't help but ask. I put them into trouble. Those gangsters killed her mother, and I had lost her. Suddenly, you understand how important that girl was to him. It was natural for him to remember his lifesaver. At this point, you really wanted to ask what would he do if one day he would found that girl. Would he take care of her for the rest of his life to repay her kindness? And what about you? Will he divorce you one day? Your lips trembled, but only word escaped from your lips was, God bless her. Jungkook revealed a smile. Indeed, it could seen by his expression while he talked about that girl, how important that person to him. It's been long to move your hands, giving him massage that your hands started to feel pain. But you didn't dare to stop before he said so. You are totally sitting on him with your weight. It's so weird knowing your husband is kind of person. You became silent and mood was off after hearing him. Jungkook looked at you and scanned how your body wrapped around maid's uniform, and he suddenly had a strange but exciting feeling. The things annoying him was that he couldn't see your face fully, so disturbing. Why do you take your hair off? He moved his hand and opened the fringe from your forehead. You immediately hissed. You touched my bum. You yelled and moved back. Jungkook saw the blue bump on your forehead and he frowned. Sudden impact made your voice rise, but realized how rude it sounds. You act being made. Sorry, I'm sorry. Jungkook immediately sat straight. What's going on? You almost lost your balance, but he held your waist. Let me see. You waved your hands hurriedly. It doesn't matter. I accidentally hit on the table. Jungkook made a call immediately. Give me the first aid kit box. He said to supervisor of this villa. You got off from him. While he make a call, supervisor immediately came in. He rushed over thinking that Jungkook might be injured by this maid. And after entering into the place, he glared at you. What happened, sir? Did this maid do something? Should I replace her? You're standing in the corner, clutching your dress nervously. Supervisor didn't understand the situation. No, you can go. Jungkook took the box from supervisor and walked to you and pulled you to sit on the chair. Raise your head up. Grabbing your chin, he removed hair from your forehead carefully. Looking so seriously and applied detoxicating. Stupid, why didn't you ask Mr. Bank to call doctor? He's cold and it's obvious that who he was talking with. You were restless, but you don't know much about him. Maybe he's really this kind with servants. Other hand, supervisor was surprised when he saw how Jungkook pulled this maid and applied medicine personally. Okay, call me if anything needed. The supervisor went out. Seeing middle-aged man walked out, you were anxious. This supervisor definitely misunderstood that his master was interested in this maid. You avoid his hand. Thank you, master. I'm going back. His hands tightened. Did this woman really wanted to run away from him? Even in the Itaewon, you didn't want to live with him. He didn't understand how your small brain worked, but it definitely you don't think good of him. You only suspect that he had some shady business with women outside. Now, in front of him, you dislike when he personally treated you. What's the matter with my wife? When did he ever give you a reason to doubt him? This really made him mad. Why you always think him as playboy? Stop there. Seeing you walking away from him, his mood was gloomy. You felt chill on your back. Jungkook put bathrobe and walked towards you. Where do you want to go? His expression was completely different from the before while he talked about his past, looking at his little wife's back. Master, your voice was hoarse and you seemed nervous. I want to go back. Go back? His lips curled up. Where do you want to go back? Your task tonight is to serve me. He sneered, scaring you. To serve you tonight? Was he going to take advantage of you? Mean his maid? Your heart trembled. I have something to do. You tried to escape, but he grabbed your arm. Do you have anything more important than I do as a servant? He pulled you. Let's go to my room. What? Master, you can't do this. You shouted and resisted. He bent down to pick you up on his shoulder. Put me down. You hit his back. He walked to his large bedroom and closed the door behind and threw you on the bed. What do you take me for? I'm going out. You were angry and shouted. He looked down on you. I haven't asked you about another thing. What did you talk with him earlier? You were shocked. He really find you out. Bad idea. You kneel on the bed. He dangerously hold your chin and wore an evil smile. Do you still want to fall in love with other men? I advised you to give up that idea. Without my consent, Chung won't touch any of my person, no matter it was a woman or servant. Regardless of women, Chung will not go against him or offended him. Jungkook was clear about it. What are you talking about? I don't know what you are saying. According to Jungkook's possessiveness towards his people, it's better not to say anything about Taehyung's matter at evening. What's more, you will be the one suffer his anger. What am I talking about? Jungkook narrowed his eyes dangerously, touching your side neck. You don't understand what am I talking as my maid, Your lips trembled. He just asked for drinks and nothing else more. He sneered and looked into your nervous eyes. You can't even tell a good lie. Looking at his lovely wife trying to lie him, he just smiled and said, but it's okay, since you want to stay with me as a servant, I don't mind doing a role playing with you. You patted his hand away and moved backward. Let go, I'm not doing a role play with you. You are screwed and messed the things up sneaking into this villa as a maid. He really recognized you. Where do you want to escape? He grabbed your leg and he used to talk his deep voice. Although I haven't slept with my servants tonight, I want to have a try. Maybe I will have a good experience. What's the matter with the wound on Wine's forehead? Jungkook's voice was serious while talking to housekeeper on the phone. Did the madam really to go Sinchon Villa? Mr. Bang was relieved knowing he thought that you went to somewhere else. Madam fell off the sofa and hit on the table yesterday morning. I asked doctor to treat her wound. It seems she forgot to bring medicine with her when she left. Jungkook frowned. This woman. You didn't tell him even you were injured. Master, I will ask someone to send it over. Her throat is also hoarse and eating too much junk food and ice creams. Jungkook couldn't believe it. What his little woman up to? Why did you eat so much unnecessary things at once? In order to put some weight, will you harm yourself? It's really something else. No wonder yesterday night his ear was almost tore by your scream. You even cough a lot of times. Okay, send it over. He hanged up the phone after spending such a night with his wife. His face was full of happiness and played chase himself drinking tea. Theo came and wondered, President John, how was it? Did you spend unforgettable night with Mrs. Wine yesterday? He sat in front of Jungkook. You can ask yourself about that. Jungkook picked up the cup to take a sip. My mansion won't keep those women for long. You must bring them back today. Okay. He started play with Jungkook. I know, Mrs. Wine is here, so I won't disturb you both anymore. It's good that you understand. Jungkook moved his soldier on Jay's board and killed Theung's elephant. Theung almost widened his eyes. You're not polite at all. I don't want to be polite to a man who wants my wife. Jungkook said directly. Theung was accusing here for no reason. Don't say that. Why would I even try to hit on your wife? I have many women to deal with. You had better not. Jungkook gave him warning gaze. The supervisor came. Master, that maid from Itaewon just went out and said that she quit. Unexpectedly, Jungkook was so satisfied with that maid to let him serve. Maid supervisor surprised, but this maid is quite bold enough to take this action. Theung was stunned. What's going on? Why she leave? Didn't you satisfy her last night? Jungkook ignored. Theung whirred and said to supervisor, she's not allowed to leave without my permission. Okay, master? Supervisor left immediately. Theung stared at Jungkook. Why are you still quarreling? This is my business. Jungkook glanced at Theung and revealed a faint sly smile. Did you say just now that there was something wrong with my technique, so I didn't satisfy her? This madman, did he get targeted or offended? Theung's face was stiff. No, no, man, you're good at making women happy. It's just that I care relationship between you and your wife as a friend. I will flirt with Vine when I meet her again. Kim Theung, I will disable you. Theung could do nothing but laughed. This Jungkook looked serious talking about his wife. He had no expression. Maybe men know the best of man's intention. So that why they get jealous. Jungkook is one of those overprotective husbands. Regardless of whether he had an arranged marriage or whatever, if anyone dared to lay fingers on his lawful wife, they can prepare coffin in advance. With that things on mind, Theung's brows twitched. Are you kidding? Are you that much overprotective? Theung sighed helplessly. Don't worry, President John. I will help you to persuade Wine to go back as an apology for my private conversation with her yesterday. Theung grabbed the coat and walked away, but stopped. And I hope you can consider our new project and improve it as soon as possible. As we had discussed, he walked out. Jungkook didn't say anything. After all, he just take a part of this project out of interest. He was not hurry. What he was more keen to make it up. He will do his best and he's developing new cell phone at this time which will launch at market anytime soon. He took a phone and make a call to his assistant. Within week, I need a layout plan for my new device production. Asked staffs to work on this proposal. He leaned back to sofa and felt bored playing chess alone. He think about his wife that was trying escape again from his villa. He scoffed softly. Stupid, open the door, you shouted at guards. Master said you can't go out without his permission. Go back quickly. You are at rang and shouted. Tell him I won't go back. You heard a car honk and man's laughing came. Oh, what a surprise. I haven't seen a maid who dared to talk to her master with such attitude.